Earlier this year, data from the American Council on Education's online military guide were added to TES, allowing TES users to create equivalencies to military learning experiences for the very first time. In July, CollegeSource will be offering free use of a limited version of TES to any institution for the specific purpose of evaluating military credits. Further, any equivalencies built by any institution that reference a course from a military catalog will appear in Transferology, whether that institution is a subscriber to Transferology or not. CollegeSource hopes that by offering these free services, it will encourage the nation's institutions to give more and better answers to military credits when a student arrives at or transfers to a new school. This short video illustrates the most basic way to create an equivalency in response to a military learning experience. After logging in, users should proceed to Course Finder. Typing American Council on Education or simply ACE in the Course Finder brings up all of the ACE military credits. ACE credits are organized by year. This is a little different than how they appear on the ACE website. Essentially, each course has a version number and date range. For each version of a course, it will appear in every catalog year in TES within the date range listed for that course and version at the ACE website. A great way to illustrate this is by looking across all of the data. Typically, an evaluator is going to be reading course numbers off of a Joint Services Transcript, or JST. Here we see all of the years that a particular course was offered, and we can select the appropriate year from the JST, indicating which year the student took the course, or just choose the most recent year. The description in TES shows the learning outcomes and instructional information from the ACE Military Guide. For more information, especially the valuable ACE recommendations, users can click on the link at the bottom of each description. Once you have the course on screen, you use the puzzle piece icon to assign a matching course from your own institution. You can search your own catalog by the terms listed in the ACE course title, or you can simply search by catalog department. The system will warn you if you are about to create a duplicate equivalency. Here we select the courses we want to establish as the equivalents. One final review, and then another click on the puzzle piece allows us to set a date range and attach notes. The first date is set by default and is based on the first year in which the course was offered. A blank end date means the equivalency is good until the end of time, or you can date cap the equivalency and it will expire as indicated. You can also add a note that will be displayed in Transferology. And you can set a note that will only be displayed to TES users with the Equivalency Manager rights. That is, the right to create and edit equivalencies in TES. Once you are ready, hit the Submit button, and the equivalency is finished. To see and manage the equivalencies that you've created, you could navigate to the Equivalency Manager. In the Manager, you can search according to various filters, and you can edit existing equivalencies. Editing the header allows you to change the date range or the notes. You can also edit which courses are involved in the equivalency. And finally, you can use the Equivalency Manager to work more quickly if you already know the course numbers you want to use in an equivalency, or to create more complex equivalencies where multiple military courses are involved. Any equivalency created here will also be shown in Transferology. Currently, the data is gathered and indexed on a weekly basis. Transferology is designed to be straightforward and easy for students who are facing the daunting task of transferring from one school to another. Transferology attempts to answer the seemingly simple question, will my courses transfer? Students can log into Transferology by creating an account or with their Facebook or Google Plus accounts. Once inside, the student is asked to supply a few courses that he or she has taken or plans to take. In this case, we want to see what it's like to add a military learning experience. Transferology launched on March 31st, and there were over 60,000 students who created an account in the first few months. Here we see, however, that the system is not yet perfect in some areas. Military course lists can be quite long, and we are currently finding ways to divide up the list to make it easier to navigate. In the meantime, it may be easiest to use the Control F feature to find a course by its number. The plus sign next to each course is used to add it to the student's inventory. And once the student has a few courses listed, he or she can use the Find Schools That Accept My Coursework button to see all the institutions in the Transferology network that have at least one match. Various filters and sorting tools on the right allow the student to narrow the results by state, school, size, distance from home, and other key distinctions. The student can also just type the name of a school in the dialog box at the top of the matches to find a specific institution. By default, the institutions are ranked by the number and specificity of the matches that they have in relation to the student's coursework. From here, we can look at the matches advertised by a school, in this case, Wright State University. Wright State University lists 2 course matches, both from the K&H department. The system allows institutions to put explanatory notes in with each equivalency, but in this case, we're left to wonder. Or are we? By selecting the Request Information button, we can ask the school for information about things like admissions and campus visits, or even ask a specific question. Sending this information request allows the institution to see the student's courses and advise them on next steps. The student's information is not released by CollegeSource to any institution except the ones the student specifically connects with through the tool, and we never collect and sell student information to other interested parties. If a school uses the CollegeSource degree audit, the student can also click to see how his or her specific courses apply to a program. Even if the school doesn't use a CollegeSource audit, the student can review program information for each school in the school's profile and ask for advising help through the Request Information button. That's it for our whirlwind introduction to making and publicizing equivalencies involving military learning experiences. For more information, watch the CollegeSource website this July for webinars that will be used to launch the free services.